Hello, gentlemen. It is my birthday, and it's not yours. So for this whole episode, I get to do whatever I want, and you can't do anything about it. So there is my birthday. How do you guys feel about that?
It makes me fucking annoyed.
It makes you fucking annoyed? Well, it's too bad, because it's my birthday.
Oh.
It's my birthday. It's February 15th. It's Aiden's birthday.
Is it Aiden's birthday?
It's Aiden's birthday.
Can I see your driver's license to show?
Yeah, here's my driver's license. I'm a adult now, so you have to do what I say.
Aiden's 18.
Aiden's 18. It's my birthday, so you can't even do anything about it. Here, under 18 until 2/15/18.
Wow. The listeners sure can't see that driver's license really well, can't they? It's a great view. They can.
Lennart, how do you feel about it being my birthday? You jealous?
Merry Christmas, Aiden.
Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
I'm not Jesus, Lennart. Jesus.
Are you sure?
I am 100% certain that I'm not Jesus, idiot. I don't even have
wings.
I was gonna say I don't even have a dad, but then I remembered I do have a dad, and then Jesus also didn't have a dad. So if Jesus
was his dad,
if Jesus had a dad, and I said I don't even have a dad, then it would have proven that I wasn't Jesus. The problem is I do have a dad, and Jesus doesn't have a dad. So I proved it the wrong way. I did it backwards.
Okay, so can we talk for a second about how confusing that whole thing is? Because it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? Not being a Christian, I have no idea about this, right? So feel free to call me on this. But Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right, are kind of regarded as this whole, one thing or whatever, right? As far as I know.
Depends on who you talk to.
Leonard, this whole one thing is called God.
Yeah. But then, here's my question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the basis of my question. If this whole holy triangle thing, right? It's three different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which one is God? Is it this one? Is it that one?
It's like the Power Rangers.
It's kind of like the Power.
No,
I think it's more of Voltron. Are you talking about Voltron?
I just know the Megazord.
The Megazord.
It has to, yeah, they all come together.
They sort of come together and they become God.
So question solved.
Question solved.
God is Voltron.
God is Voltron. I actually think that makes a lot of sense because God has the 5 parts that are
God's
controlled.
Not dead.
God
is Voltron.
God's not dead. God is Voltron. And I think that makes a lot of sense, because you have the Holy Spirit, you have the Father, you have the Son, right? And the Father obviously forms the head, and then you have.
It's Jesus' arm.
Jesus is the arms and the torso.
I think Jesus
the last
and the
one,
Holy Spirit.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit. That one's the legs.
So I was thinking, Lennart, and I know you've split up the Voltron into 3 parts. I think it's the head is God, right? The God forms the head. Jesus is the left arm because... No, actually, I think Jesus is the right arm, and because left is more the evil side, so I think that's the Holy Spirit, because ghosts are never truly good. So the Holy Spirit is the left arm, and then the right leg is the 12 apostles, and then the left leg it just sort of doesn't work, and that represents the Lent, because they gave up...
Is Judas the pee-pee?
Judas is the pee-pee, I think.
Okay.
Judas is the asshole. That was
yes.
a funny...
The asshole of the bunch.
Bible joke. Yes. Anyway, it's my birthday and I want to do my episode. Can we do that? This is my episode.
Sure, Aiden. God.
Yeah, that's right. Well, God or Voltron.
Voltron, yeah.
Voltron.
Sure, Aiden. Voltron.
Yeah. Voltron. Damn it. Voltron, damn it. This intro kind of got away from me. I'm really bad at not letting that happen. And not letting that happen is a good idea. Good Idea is a brain trust your brain can trust. It is a comedy podcast where we find creative, actionable solutions for your real-life problems. And we are your friends on the go. I'm Aiden Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Berklich.
And I'm Lennart.
And this is Good Idea.
Heck yeah.
What's up, fellow teens?
Nothing.
I'm still technically a teen, so I still get to say that unironically.
Sitting in my basement, just chilling.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's great.
Lennart, how about you?
It's going good. Living the dream.
That's good. I'm glad. So,
So am I.
that I would hope. If you're living the dream, then I would hope that you are glad.
I mean,
Can we talk for 1 second about the fact that dreams are proof that everyone could be, like each one of you, whichever one of you listening to this that is living the solipsistic existence that you live, could be living a solipsistic existence where you are the only thing that is real? And if you were to try to argue against that and say, like, well, how can you say you're the only thing that's real? I think you'd know. But, like, dreams are proof that even if you are the only thing that is conscious and existing, it is possible to believe that everyone else around you has a consciousness and exists as a separate being, even if it's all the creation of your brain.
Why is that proof of that?
Because dreams are a solipsistic existence that you believe while you're in the fiction.
I would just like to say that I have no idea what half of those words you just said, so I'm just going to answer with yes.
But there are dreams I dream where I am fairly certain that they're a dream. Like, I can tell.
And there are dreams you dream when you aren't. Even if you've only ever had one dream where you don't realize you're living a solipsistic existence in that time, you still are living that solipsistic existence in that time, and it still does prove that you could be living a solipsistic existence always.
What's solipsistic?
You are the only thing that is. Everything else is a product of you.
Neat.
It's horrifying. I'm
It's
very
okay.
scared of it.
I'm fine with it.
Well, Bradley, that's...
I mean, nothing changes.
Nothing changes. I suppose.
Not really. I mean, it's
Doesn't
the
make
same
it not
thing.
sad.
I'm really creative.
You're really creative.
Yeah, I made Aiden. Made Lennart. Made the world.
Okay,
Brad's
yeah,
up
but-
here doing
okay,
whatever he
Voltron.
wants.
If everything is a solipsistic existence, right? Like right
you
now.
mean if you are living a solipsistic existence?
Yes, like right now, currently.
Okay,
In
yes.
real life and not in a dream, right? Then I must be the most creative person in the world.
You are the only
And
person
also
in
the least.
world. Yes.
I'm the
Solipsism
best.
is very scary to me, but, you know, it is what it is. Bradley, would you like to start off with a prompt?
Sure.
After
I
that
would
sort of fun
love to start off with a prompt.
intro. I don't know if that was a fun intro or like an annoying intro followed by a depressing thought.
Let's
Followed
get the
by
good
an
idea
existential
iPad
crisis.
and pick a prompt.
The good idea iPad.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
The
The mystical
That's the best one.
block.
It's very mystical. I'm gonna pick a random one.
The mystical
got-
metal and
Sure.
rock block
Oh.
that we have tricked into thinking.
I've picked edible media.
Oh boy, do I
That
have
is
a
a
story
prompt.
for you.
From
If-
Keegan. Can we start off with Leonard's story? That is from Keegan. Edible
Sure.
media
What's
is from
Leonard's
Keegan.
story?
Edible media. The only experience with edible media that I've ever had was I accidentally ate a page from a book one time. That is all.
Accidentally, you novice.
How do you do this thing? Kids these days with their iPads, they don't even know how to use a book.
That's the
How do you turn this thing on?
It's the fastest way to ingest a book. It's just to eat it. People are always like, "Oh, I can't ingest this. I don't get it.
Bradley.
I'm not absorbing it." And I'm
How do you turn this thing on?
like, you just eat it?
I can't figure out how to turn on the iPad book.
Take the
Put it in your
pages and
mouth.
Put it in your mouth, kid.
Ah,
Shove it in you.
Which book is this?
That is
This
the
seems
worst
like
possible way of
something
spelling
like
that.
that you would find at the.
Bradley's basement.
Well, we
Yeah,
we kind of
Honestly.
collect books in a strange, interesting.
really,
manner.
I never noticed.
Yeah, there's plenty down here. My bedroom is much worse. Trust
Well,
me.
there's more than one. Which
Well, you
means
have
that
the
collect
Extreme
books in
Teen
my
Bible
world.
in your bedroom.
I do have the Extreme Teen Bible. In my
Sounds
bedroom.
pretty
It was
hardcore.
gifted to me by you.
I also have a copy of the Extreme Teen Bible.
Neither
Sounds
of us
about right.
routinely read the Extreme Teen Bible.
Speak for yourself.
I don't
I'm getting in there reading all the on the edge sections that explain the meaning of the Bible verses in a teen edgy way that I can comprehend.
There's just a chapter in this book called Survival.
Is that chapter 1?
I think it might be chapter. No, the first chapter is called The Final Chapter of My Life.
Who wrote the rest of them?
I don't know. Not Garcian. I think we're good with-
No one.
Oh, we don't need to do that. So edible media.
Edible
Did
media.
you guys all hear that thing about the Nintendo Switch cartridges?
Are they edible?
Well, they're actually designed specifically so they're not. They taste like shit. And they're...
I will take you up on that and test that for you.
Well, no, see, that's exactly the problem. So what Nintendo
So-
did... So Nintendo say, hey, we made this new game system with these cool little cartridges in it. And we were just thinking that since kids are going to use this game system, we don't want them to put the cartridges in their mouth. So we're going to make the cartridges taste bad. And we said, hey, everybody...
The good idea iPad's making noise now.
Yay! Atmosphere.
All right.
So Nintendo said, "Hey, everybody, and don't put this in your mouth. It doesn't taste good, and it's bad for you to eat video games." And
What fools they are!
how do you play this thing? How do you turn this thing on? Just eat it.
Just put it in your big mouth.
No, so they put the thing, and so then they're like, it tastes bad. Don't eat it. And everyone's like, oh, like the reasonable people are like, oh, it tastes bad. It's a video game. Don't eat it. And then a lot of people, a significant portion of people said, I don't believe you. And then they put the video game in their mouth.
That is the most American thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's not just in America. It was just everywhere. And now Lennart has a video game in his mouth, so that's fine, but it's not a Switch.
Lennart does have a Nintendo video game in his mouth.
They essentially said, hey guys, don't eat this, it'll taste bad, and more people put it in their mouth than ever would have had they not done that.
Which shows what fools Nintendo are for
No, it shows
thinking
what
we-
fools people are. People are idiots.
So they were like, don't eat the Tide Pods, and then everyone was like, Tide Pods, where?
You can drink Tide Pod liquid. Delicious. Nutritious.
It does smell good.
Oh my god, it smells amazing.
It smells so
like those
good.
like boxes. I have one of those that's at home, right? Every time I open it up when I do laundry, I'm just like, damn, I want to put one of these in my mouth. You know?
I want to smell like fabric softener at all hours.
That's
You
a
know,
very
I feel like you
peculiar
would get
wish.
sick of that extremely
No, because I
quickly.
have sensory adaptation. I wouldn't keep smelling it. I'd only smell it for a little bit.
Well, can't
You
argue
sure?
that logic.
Yes, I'm sure.
But then you wouldn't smell it.
I mean,
back
if you
because
like
keep
put-
smelling it.
If you put your nose like all up on your skin and be like, and then you could probably smell it. Yeah, but you wouldn't. It wouldn't just permeate you. Like the same thing. I wear
permeate
perfume
me.
sometimes, and when I do that, I smell it for the first like probably 15 minutes, and then I totally forget it's there until I like take off my shirt later, and it's like, oh, there's that. But like you forget it. You forget about it until the smell becomes stronger. Until there's any sort of like a. I think it would be the just noticeable difference changes, or not changes, but you experience a just noticeable difference, or more than that, in how much of the smell is present in the atmosphere around you. But it's the same thing. Like if you're hearing a police siren or whatever for a significant amount of time, you'll tune that out and you just forget it's there. If it's just constant.
So is that why people like sleeping with white noise?
Yes. Well, that might not be what people like sleeping with it, but white noise is another, like, you just forget it's there.
Ah.
And it drowns out other sounds. So it actually does help with that. Like, I sleep with audio on. I usually will sleep to stand-up comedy or,
What happens if you're sleeping and you're like, oh, that's a funny joke, and you wake yourself up?
that, that actually, that must be why I get such horrible sleep all the time. No, since we're doing a little bit of serious idea right now, I will say that's never happened.
Really?
Yeah, because I have a sleep timer on. It goes off after 20 minutes. It's like, hey, I'm going to listen to this good storyteller tell stories that I will find entertaining until I
fall asleep too.
fall asleep, because
That doesn't sound like a good storyteller. Every time I've heard a bad storyteller, I've fallen asleep.
no, they're good storytellers. It's just that I'm really tired. Like, I run myself to absolute energy exhaustion every day. I'll stay up until like midnight just because I don't feel like going to bed yet because I don't think I've accomplished enough. And me accomplishing things ends up just being me sitting in my bed trying to decide what I should accomplish, Well, hammock, not bed. Who uses a bed, am I right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeet.
I don't know. I've never woken up to like a haha, that joke's funny before.
Yet.
That's never happened. I think I've had accidentally forgotten to put on sleep timers on hours-long audiobooks, and then I dream about the audiobooks, but
That sounds dope.
Oh no, it's hell because it's not good sleep. It's
Percy Jackson, don't do that. Percy Jackson, no.
Oh god.
you got the like. So edible media.
Edible media.
Consider
Food.
and media. I have an idea. You know, film like tape. No,
Like Channing Tatum?
yeah, like Channing Tatum. No. Lennart, if you're suggesting dipping your DS cartridge in the burrito bowl and eating it, I do think that would technically be edible media.
Well, all right then. Topical it is.
Hold on a second.
All right,
I'm
hold that
suggesting right now that you make that film stuff out of like whatever they make those like Listerine tongue strips out
Maybe
of.
like really thin cucumber slices.
See, I can't take credit for this idea though, because I know I got it somewhere else. But like, you put the strip on your tongue and you like taste the TV show, or some shit.
That's
Like,
kind of interesting.
I don't know what that's from. It's not mine though.
What's that one phenomenon like
Synesthesia.
We've talked about this before.
That sounds like synesthesia.
So we could synesthesia it up and essentially make eating a multi-sensory experience by synthesizing a new synesthesia.
Well,
in
isn't
a
it
lab.
already?
I guess you're right, Leonard. That's a very good point. Eating is already a multi-sensory experience.
You could put a probe into
Literally
like
every
somebody's head.
sensory except hearing, and even then, sometimes it is.
You could put a probe, what, Bradley?
You could put a probe into somebody's head and stimulate certain sensory parts of the brain to receive information when they're not, and that would make it 3D media. You would need a
That sounds
very
like-
long stick, though.
Could we make a drug that would stimulate centers in your brain? Depending on the chemicals in the drug, they'd be released in a certain order that would cause you to essentially experience, like, episode 3, season 4 of Parks and Recreation.
What does good idea taste like?
What does good idea taste like?
Yeah, we want this to be the first edible media is gonna be good idea. So right now, I am instructing you in real life. Go
Put your
out.
phone in your mouth as
Get a
far in
bagel.
as it goes.
Go get a bagel.
Go get a
Because
bagel.
right now, good idea tastes a hell of a lot like a bagel.
I think it tastes like like an egg bagel. You know,
Maybe.
one of those like yellow ones.
Yeah, we'll get a yellow egg bagel to Einstein's. Get a
Go to
yellow egg bagel.
Einstein's. Or like Dunkin' Donuts, because actually Dunkin' Donuts bagels aren't too bad.
Never
They're
been.
no Einstein's, but you never been to Dunkin' Donuts?
Never been Dunkin' Donuts bagel.
Can I hit you with something that I thought about earlier today?
Not
The
physically, but
Beatles
yes.
are Andy Warhol, are Steve Jobs.
Holy
Ooh.
shit. We
It's the
figured it out.
Illuminati.
We
The
figured it out.
Illuminati
Okay.
is the Beatles.
Guys,
Yes.
this is so important.
Okay.
I want to pitch a new movie.
Do you?
Okay, what is it?
Paul McBlartney.
Nope.
I'm vetoing this immediately.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope,
I think
nope,
we're good.
nope.
Imagine.
Definitely.
4 Paul Blarts.
No.
Or were there
No.
5 Beatles?
Have we discussed the
John,
fact that
Paul, George, and Ringo were the 4 Beatles.
Okay, so there were 4 Paul Blarts. One of them is named Paul McBlartney. And they're all mall cops. And they all are very musically inclined. But they're not actually very good at it. They just really like music. And they work at the mall and they have an a cappella group that they're in, I think. And they just sing Beatles covers. And then they do a fun scene where there's an enemy in the mall. Okay, and the enemy is ransacking the mall and they have to team up because they all kind of hate each other like a little bit, but they work together for the good of the patrons and for the good of their a cappella
have
group.
we discussed how Adam Sandler and Happy Madison in general is just an embezzlement scheme?
What does Adam Sandler have to do with this?
Paul Blart? Oh,
It's
Paul
not
Blart
Adam Sandler.
is a Happy Madison production.
Is it really?
I think it is. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I gotta look it up.
I would just like to say that I very much dislike all movie comedians.
Paul McBlartney, the
Except,
doo-wop
like-
mall cops.
Except like Kevin Hart sometimes.
I don't
I
think
know-
Kevin
I know
Hart is
Kevin-
very funny.
Kevin James is.
Yeah,
in
I don't
that
think he's
sort of-
funny either, but he's like amusing in a stupid ha 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 look at that dumbass way.
Oh, at the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
I
What do
didn't
you do
watch
at the
Super Bowl,
Super
but
Bowl?
sure.
He tried to get on the stage with the winners. He was like, "I'm Kevin Hart. I'm Kevin Hart." And then he like went on the after show and then he like started screaming about how the guy he was talking to on the after show was not one of the best quarterbacks ever, but the best. Like they're like, "How does it feel talking to one of the the best. The best." You know, and he's
Why does Kevin Hart sound like a gremlin?
he kind of does sound like that.
I mean, like, how tall?
You are one
is
of
Kevin
the
Hart?
best
Like,
quarterbacks, man. No, not one of the best. You are the best. You are the best, man. That's so cool. I can't do a good Paul Blart. Kevin Blart.
No,
Kevin
listen,
Blart.
Hart.
I did check.
Comedian.
Kevin James's Paul Blart Mall Cop is via Happy Madison.
Okay, that's good.
And no, I just
Oh, also Kevin Hart got kicked off the Super Bowl after show for saying fuck.
Nice.
Because he was super drunk.
Very American.
So this is sort of topical and it's not on our list, but I've heard that
Neither was Paul McBlartney.
I've heard that viewing for the Winter Olympics is down, and the Olympics in general they're not quite as popular as they were in previous years. There's got to be a way for NBC to figure out how to increase watching for the Olympics.
Show the Olympics around the clock instead of just us all day.
And take out the commentators, but
and the ads.
But how about this?
What if we just took out the Olympics?
Boom, there we go.
Here's our way. How do we improve the Olympics in general? What are sports people want to see in the Olympics? Not even sports. How do you just make it better?
Okay, so I mean, I wrote a
More
satire article the other day that it was Spanish Olympic mining team finds gold, Chile left in dust, and I'm very proud of that for many reasons.
Was that the final version? Because
was the final version.
Because we went through, I believe it was Chilean Olympic team stuck on podium.
No, that was
seeking
yours.
gold.
Because I asked you. If Chile, what I did was I asked you if you knew if Chile had a team, and you were like, Chile stuck on podium, and I was like, I'm doing a mining joke. They're looking for gold, and then you sort of edited it, and then I'm like,
needs elevator to get down. What dumbasses? How old was that though? That incident was a
I think
while.
it was
like-
2013.
Yeah, I didn't even know you guys yet.
2015?
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Continue.
Crazy Chilean.
Anyway, that was all I was gonna
miners getting
say.
stuck in
I think-
elevators. The bane of firefighters who get people out of elevators everywhere.
I do think Olympic mining would be well received, and here's why. Because I think you could set it up in a very Deadliest Catch style reality show where people watch it because they really like watching these people be in very real, genuine danger and they're swearing at each other all the time. No, that's why people watch Deadliest Catch. It's like actually real drama because they are actually in danger and people actually get hurt on the recording sessions of that show.
Like, good idea.
I thought it was
Kind of
on
like
green
good
screen.
idea. But
I got this hammer here.
So could we make the Olympics less of a sports show and more of like a reality show where we incorporate sort of a like it's almost like reality game show type TV show with like a whole bunch of different weird sports like mining and whatnot, sort of more dangerous sports.
You know what I want?
What?
I want wingsuiting in the Olympics because we.
Oh, that'd be
Actually,
really
though-
cool.
Yeah, no, serious idea. Wingsuiting would be cool as
Wingsuiting
fuck
is dope,
because they've got you essentially you can transverse most of the elements because you've got skiing, which is essentially during
That's
snow.
my favorite element.
Well, it's
Remember
like,
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
It's like during snow you've got swimming, Michael Phelps, and the whatnot. They don't really have anything for mining, which you've just brought up, which is why we need that because
It'd
we
be
need.
really,
We
really
just need
rough
those
to
people
spectate.
to tunnel.
Just
I mean,
gotta say.
it would, but they'd have everyone in like that big stadium, and it's like, oh, someone's under the London Tower or whatever.
Olympic Minecraft.
Olympic.
Oh my
Did
god.
you hear?
Mining is not a spectator sport. How is it spectator mining?
You have the audience pays a significant amount of money
They just
to
follow the
them
line.
through. And the audience is in danger too, which adds to the drama of the show.
What-
and it's
this
highly
seems like-
edited.
What do you think of esports being part of the Olympics?
I'm down, honestly.
I'm into it, yeah.
Yeah, that's... Honestly,
like,
I feel
what-
like the Olympics should be like always a new and novel take every single time on a specific sport. Like recently I saw something, I think it was a Red Bull thing with like a double half pipe snowboarding thing.
Yeah.
Like imagine a half pipe and then imagine right
Yeah.
next to it another half pipe.
Yes.
Right? I would rather the Olympics aren't just the same old vanilla bland sport that you can go out and do on the weekend. But, oh yeah, these guys are just really good at that. No, I'd rather it's those people who are really good at that taking the sport into a new direction that it hasn't gone before.
That would be really cool. And I've talked to, I just like in general for competition stuff, I talked to my speech instructor, Joe Pulio. We've talked about it before. We talked to him about how our school used to have our own speech tournament that people went to and how we had our own sort of like special events here and variations on events that like they just don't do at other schools. and it's stuff that you can do, but they just don't do those things. And our school's speech tournament was like a big hit because it was so, it was such a, what's that called? It was such a departure from what speech is. So I think Leonard's like super onto something with this idea of like we add mining. Every different thing could have like a fun couple new sports that you do in that area, and then all the sports that are already part of the Olympics are changed in some form or another for the Olympics now. So we have our esports now. We have a couple new sports: mining, wingsuiting, and then you have like. Is wrestling still an Olympic sport, or is that like?
I've got no idea, but if it is, they just get guns.
Brutal enough hockey.
They just get guns now. I like that.
Olympic murder.
It's skeet shoot, Olympic skeet shooting, but different.
I think we've done it. We've done like a what is it called? The
triathlon?
No, not a triathlon. It's not a decathon, is it? What is it called? Where they ski and shoot? Biathlon. We've done a biathlon bit before.
Ski shooting. It's like skeet shooting, but different. You do them both at the same time.
So, real quick, this is for Olympic Committee. You gotta make this shit interesting. And secondly, if you put esports in the Olympics, you can't just like choose Counter-Strike as the Olympic sport.
It's gotta be like Big Bass Fishing 4 or something.
They need to make a video game. The Olympic Committee needs to go, here's the video game.
Like a competitive
just the Olympics
video game.
Video game.
I mean,
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games.
I'm essentially imagining maybe like something similar to Quake. Like it has
Quake.
It's like a really
Quake
old.
It's like the original
it's like Doom,
run and gun,
right? It's like imagine Doom.
Okay,
but multiplayer.
Yeah,
and everyone's a demon.
Yeah.
So, but it has to be like, it's got to be like the most bare bones like Unreal Tournament ass thing. Like you can't just be like Team Fortress 2, National Olympic Sport, like Overwatch.
Tron. Well, actually, I think Overwatch is actually going to be a big player in that. But you could do like there's a Tron video game where just everyone's on a motorbike and you're just going around. You're trying to get everybody to run into you. It's kind of like Snake. But you're trying to get other people to run into you, and that's like a game that I played at like ID Tech Camp back in the day.
God, remember ID Tech Camp?
But it was like a bop though. Like everybody was so into it, and then the next year it was like Team Fortress 2. Like we always had the different.
We did League of Legends one year, which got me invested in League of Legends for like maybe 2 years, and I did
maybe 1 week while I was at ID Tech Camp.
I liked it a lot. I was so bad at it, and I did it with Gabe for like a year after.
Really, consider the following.
Yeah.
Ski shooting. I mentioned that a second ago. Yes. Sorry, I need to get us back on track because you said they need to make it interesting. It's our job to make the shit interesting. They're supposed to enact it. Ski shooting. Instead of the 2 ski poles you normally have,
you have skis.
One is
AK-47.
I was gonna say it's a shotgun, but that's way better. One is an AK-47. The other one is a spear. And both of the skis are chainsaws. That's fun.
Yes.
Oh, you have to cut down the trees in front of you instead of like swerving around them. You just keep
I saw something on Jackass one time where like, they get
nothing good comes from. I saw something on Jackass one time.
No, they had like these like belt sensors, and they rigged them up so that they were like roller skates, right? And they
fucking shit.
I think that they should change that stupid like roller blading or ice skating in a circle.
Ice dancing? Oh wait, is that a race?
Like the circle race one. The like racing skate.
I don't know what I know
it's
called.
a thing, but it's just so boring.
Yeah.
But I think they should change the skates that they use to belt sanders so that I could just watch everybody just fucking fall. I think that would make the Olympics a lot more.
That would do a lot. I'm thinking for swimming, we could change it to, instead of being like a lap-based thing,
drowning.
Competitive drowning, that could be really cool. I think that would be sadistic fans.
You know what would be really hard to swim through? You know that stuff you made
Maple syrup.
The stuff you made at summer camp when you were a kid, the non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah, oobleck.
The
oh
oobleck?
my God.
Yeah. The stuff where you put more pressure on it and it gets hard and you're like... Can you imagine Michael Phelps trying to get his way through that? That sucker would have no luck.
Imagine
jumping
you have to get,
what you have to do is get on top of it.
You would just like jump
It'd be
into
running.
it.
It'd be running.
Well, yeah.
Usain Bolt wins swimming again.
Okay, you've considered
Truly
changing the fluid.
man.
Yeah.
I think what we have, same water, same big Olympic-sized pool. one greased
space.
pig
One greased pig.
in the water. Olympians catch.
It's got to be a seal.
Yeah, that's
a
better.
greased seal.
There's one greased seal, and then instead of swimming
A
as
shark.
solo, you swim in teams
Try
of
to
like
get the
3, and you have to capture the seal. And then I think as you get further into the competition, it does become like a shark, and it can kill you.
So you know what we want, and Lennart brought this up earlier. We just want Jackass.
I've not seen
Yeah, I want the
Jackass.
Olympics to be
I think we
Jackass.
just want a Jackass Olympics, which is
Yeah.
essentially, and I've not seen it because I think it's somewhat distasteful. All I remember is there was like
Extremely.
a birthday party thing, and they were just destroying everything in the room, and some guy got like impaled by scissors, and I'm like, this
Sounds
sucks.
about right.
So it's just like mixed martial arts.
I watched a lot of
kinda feels
Jackass.
like-
Can we have a
It's-
dog
yeah.
fighting competition?
It was like I was watching a Kill Bill movie, but it was like in real life. I'm like, ow!
And it's just a bunch of stupid people doing stupid shit. That's straight up what Jackass is.
When I say dog fighting, I do mean in planes. I don't mean we should be having animals fight each other.
You gotta have plane fights in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's,
No.
that's
Oh,
my
oh,
idea.
oh.
Oh my god.
Dogs in planes, dog fighting.
So that's dog fighting.
Dog
fighting.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Now,
So, is the
where is
intonation
the
on that- is
moral
that on-
line? Is that immoral to have dogs dog fighting?
If they choose to do it,
Well, how do they choose to do
there's
it?
like bone plane. If they choose plane, fuck them.
What if they just like really needed to pee and didn't want to pee on their food?
Lennart, this is possibly the stupidest thing we've ever talked about, and we talked about a lot of stupid things.
I think
I'm
when-
A dog choosing to go pee in a plane because he didn't want to pee on his food because it has to go to the restroom, and then becoming part of the dog fighting Olympic trials is pretty goddamn stupid.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's pretty fun. I think in
It'd definitely
running,
be interesting.
running is
Can't say it
definitely
wouldn't
just
be.
a mixed martial arts fight. Like it's a race where you can fucking deck people.
So I know I said
sounds
just
fun.
give them guns, but give every guy a starter pistol.
Yeah.
that doesn't have any bullets in
It's
it.
like that.
No,
one,
yeah.
It's like that one scene in The Dictator.
What's that
Like
happens
at the beginning, it starts with like the guy staging his own Olympics, and he gets like a 10-yard head start, shoots the pistol, and then shoots the other competitors. And I just thought it was really funny.
That is really funny.
It is really funny, and I think
Let's
that's how
see
the
who can
Olympics
count
have
down
to
to
be.
10 the fastest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Maybe they give like Usain Bolt the starter pistol, or like the slowest Olympian the starter pistol, and if they win, I don't know what would happen if they won, but
They get a gold
something
medal, like
cool,
the
I
other
guess.
time.
That'd be
Consider
Yeah,
Is-
that
curling, but
vacuums.
no ice.
My bad.
Curling, but with vacuums instead of brooms.
Curling.
Everyone's,
but with
like, trying
vacuums
to-
and on the ceiling.
They're just getting it the wrong way.
And it's on an air hockey table.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh my god.
This project is like endless possibilities, but it's going nowhere. Like,
Oh my
like
God.
We're not
it's,
trying to get. We're just trying to.
It's like a-
putting ideas out.
it's
I think
like
it's
a
fun.
lateral pass.
Yeah.
There's so many alternates to sports you can do. Like I'm staring down a pinball machine right now, and I want to talk about it being in the Olympics, but I just
Olympic
know,
pinball.
Human
the people
size.
are the pinball.
like that one Gravity Falls episode.
Yes,
where
like
they're
that
all
one
in the
Gravity
pinball
Falls
machine?
episode where they're all in the pinball machine.
Oh, great!
I think that it would just be good to do that. We need
What if they are the pinball?
we need one final improvement. Consider right now. I think the best part of the Olympics is that all the Olympians are fucking each other.
Did you see that?
Are they
Like,
actually?
Oh, I knew about that 2 years
It
ago
was
too.
what was it? It was, I believe the exact quote was record number of condoms being handed
every
out
year.
at Olympic
Oh my
Village.
It was the same thing 2 years ago at the Summer Olympics. This happens every time.
I can't even remember the summer. The first
Do they like have to outdo themselves each year?
Well, 'cause
like
you-
breaking all the world records that they
Well,
did.
the-
Breaking all the condoms.
I really don't
Oh, I
understand
hope not.
because
Super babies.
there are all there's all this stuff. But no, literally, there's all this stuff about we don't want the Olympians fucking. Why?
Wait,
Yeah,
do people say they
actually.
don't want that? I haven't seen
Yeah,
that anywhere.
no,
They're
no,
giving the
Why do
Olympians
people not want
condoms.
the
Yeah,
Olympians
but-
fucking?
No, why?
Like,
Why are they giving them condoms?
Yeah.
Because we need super babies.
No, literally, you can make the most efficient like.
So okay, now Bradley, you
I
just
was
say you
thinking
can make
Hitler
the most
shit, right?
efficient race, but my one thing I don't have a problem with that because
Yeah.
of the fact that the Olympics is probably the most like racially diverse world event that we
I
have.
would assume it's
I just
every
feel
country
like
is allowed to
that would
go.
turn into like some kind of like super race taking.
Okay,
over the
I
world. And
do-
at that point, it's like, All right, are we talking like Third Reich here? You feel me?
We're talking fourth.
I do not promote eugenics.
Yeah, me neither, and that's why I'm asking.
But
Very
if I would be
but.
totally in support of
Super babies.
of Olympic super babies. Oh my god, absolutely.
Wait, okay.
Are you kidding me?
Imagine like a little baby, but he's just fucking
It's
ripped.
Baby Olympics.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
For the Olympian
Yes.
super babies, they happen on the off years. And the only people who can go are babies of past Olympians, of two past Olympians that had babies with each other. So they are super babies. And they go, and maybe it's not babies, but like they're kids. So you have like, once they are able to maybe walk, and
I feel like we've totally done an Olympics thing before because I remember talking about just allowing the Olympians to have drugs. Just like why not?
Olympic orgies.
they already have those.
Exactly. So we might as well make it a contest.
How do you win?
You
I don't
get,
know,
you
last
get pregnant the
person awake.
fastest. It's only
For women,
female.
it's who gets pregnant. It's only female event who gets pregnant the fastest. The actual winner is the person who figures out that it doesn't work like that.
There's it's like the biggest stadium. There's
No, the
one
actual
sperm
winner
in
is
here.
me.
You find him.
I was thinking about like an Olympic scavenger hunt.
This has got like there's literally endless possibilities, but it cannot be that entertaining to listen about us ramble about the Winter Olympics.
How do we improve luge and
Dear
then we move
listener, why are you
Lube.
here?
Luge with lube.
Yeah.
Okay, that
No, no,
works.
no. You can,
No sled.
So
The luge is lubed with Vaseline or something, and then you just throw them to the tube and you just watch them scramble around as they try to get down the hill without getting rug
The
burn.
best way to improve the luge is to get Lou Bega, right?
Okay.
To perform Mambo number 5 while standing, keyword there is standing, on top of a luge.
on
Sled.
top of a lubed luge sled on top of a lubed
Exactly.
luge course.
I don't know how many of you have gone alpine
Covered in
sledding.
lube.
I haven't.
I have gone alpine sledding.
Okay,
It's
so
quite
Leonard
fun.
knows what I'm talking about. Leonard, would you describe alpine sledding?
Would I describe it? Or
Could
will
you?
I? Anus tightening nightmare?
Okay, that's one way to describe it. The other way is imagine the tallest mountain ever. Now just put a fiberglass tube on it and put a kid in the equivalent of a Red Riding wagon.
So pretty much what I said.
Yes, exactly. Except Brad did it when he was because we live near a lot of places like that. I say near, but I mean like they're in Michigan and Wisconsin and places like that. There's probably a couple in Southern Illinois, but it's not super hilly. So when Brad was a kid, we're gonna do this in third person.
You know,
okay.
this sounds like something that's going to be safe, very much advisable for future parents, and definitely not psychologically scarring.
It was
at all.
so okay.
That's what it sounds
So
like to me.
I like my skin. On principle, it's good. It protects me.
I mean-
But when you're going 50 miles an hour down a, did you say it's an accurate estimate? I have no idea.
Fast.
It's fast down a fiberglass tube.
Too fast.
On essentially a sled. There's no railings. There's nothing keeping your limbs from touching
Well, I mean,
anything.
it is like a loop.
My
it's kinda
entire
difficult to slip
like
out.
I'm motioning right now. I'm putting my foot in the table. My calf gone. Literally, the skin off of it just, and it's instantaneous because you're and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm like, ow, oh fuck, and I'm like at the bottom, like, oh no, and they're like, oh you're fine, and some guy's like bandaged, and I'm like, oh and he's like, you want to go again, and I'm like, sure, and I go the second time, and I see my skin on the side of the alpine tube.
Oh god, I'm dying
Oh
now.
boy.
And I'm just thinking that's
Sounds like my
kind of
first
what
aid
I
training.
imagine
Slap a Band-Aid on there.
the lube luge to be. It's something similar to that concept.
Just people come out just looking like a basically like a, you know, those like muscle
Yeah.
bodies that you see in like anatomy classes.
Yes.
That's pretty much how I imagine people coming out
So
of the
are we
luge.
coming to the end of the episode? We have talked
Are
nearly
we?
the entire episode about the Olympics.
I want to
And
do one
luge
more
lube.
prompt.
One more prompt, go.
Oh boy.
I got a prompt from my father,
Did you?
from my dad, my daddy.
Good old.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Daddy.
Please. Don't
I
say
promised
that
my
again.
daddy once that if I ever referred to him on my podcast, I would call him Daddy. So
boy.
he told me to do that. I
How
did
to
not.
make me uncomfortable in one easy step.
Leonard, you're made
Leonard, you
uncomfortable.
do that more than anyone else.
That is also fair.
I don't know anyone who
Please
says
go on.
Daddy more than you, but my daddy
Moderately
used to have.
problematic.
My daddy used to have a radio show in college, and they answered questions sort of like the way we do. I think different kinds of questions, and it was a different format of a show. But they had, it was a talk show type show, you know, like all radio shows are. And they answered questions, and one of the questions they once answered was, "Will Barbie ever commit to Ken?" Now, I want to I want to preface this with the fact that I have never listened to this radio show, nor have I heard this particular bit. But every time my dad has told me about this radio show, this is the prompt he brings up, and he sent this to us on Facebook a couple days ago. So I need to know from you two, and I have some ideas as well, but I need to know from you two, will Barbie ever commit to Ken?
So I think we've discussed something similar to this, or maybe this exact thing at some point. And I brought up this point, which is very important, and nobody seems to acknowledge. But Ken is gay.
Is Ken gay?
Have you seen Ken?
That's fair.
Now, counterpoint, looking at me, you could be like, that boy is gay. Have you seen that boy?
Also fair.
Also not true. So,
Well, it depends on what you define as gay.
that's also true.
That boy's bisexual, and you're like, fuck, I guess, whatever.
I suppose.
You do you.
Why not? But at the
So-
same time, I don't know if we should judge Ken by his appearance.
Okay, I gotta just pull up. Okay, we're gonna.
And Ken being gay or not has nothing to do with it, because the question is, will Barbie commit to
I
Ken?
think will Barbie commit to Ken?
Because I know
I
Ken will
honestly
commit
think-
to Barbie.
Oh,
He needs a
yeah.
beard.
Well-
If he is gay, he needs a beard.
Oh yeah, because it's like the night. When did Barbie come out?
Like the 50s?
Yeah, he does.
He needs a beard.
Well, firstly, I don't know if there's any other people in Barbie world
In
than
Barbie's
Barbie
life.
and Ken.
There's the car that I think talks.
That's Knight Rider.
This sounds... how did this become a show? Or whatever. Like
You were talking about
kid's
good idea.
toy.
How did this become a show?
I'm not talking about good idea. I'm talking about, like, Barbie. How did that ever become a kid's toy? Like,
Because
Girls like legs.
No,
Understandable.
guys like legs.
I like
Oh, it was initially a German.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That explains a lot,
Yes.
actually.
Yes, blonde
Sort
hair,
of-
blue eyes.
Well,
Yeah.
no, okay.
Tall.
It was.
Now, I don't believe in eugenics.
Somewhat potatoish facial features.
But do you think you'd eventually get someone who looked approximately like Barbie if you
I
just
think
bred
we
all
could-
the Olympians together?
Look up human Barbie and see what you find.
That's
'Cause
horrifying.
I feel like it would be extremely horrifying to see somebody that actually looked exactly
So I'm
like a
pulling up
Barbie,
pictures of
unfortunately.
Ken. They speak for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have no gaydar, but currently.
Now, I have no gaydar.
I have no gaydar, but shaved sides, tank top, fades into purple. It's originally blue, parted down the middle.
Bradley, I've seen you with your hair parted down the middle.
I did it for a play I was in.
Yeah, but
Okay,
it's funnier if
man,
I don't say that.
Okay, there's a picture on Google within the first 30 results of Ken with a man bun.
I gotta look up human Barbie now.
I think you'll just get Dolly Parton.
I think you'll just be horrified. At
Does
what you
Dolly
find.
Parton look like Barbie?
I don't know. She's kind of
Probably.
got that vibe.
Is terrifying.
I thought so, yeah.
Show us.
Because, like, proportionally, I feel like that would just be disgusting.
Her
Oh!
eyeballs freak me out. They have been
Oh,
opened up.
That's rough.
They have been made big.
You know, with all those, like, weird plastic surgeries, I'm like, that must be so, like, shitty to actually live with, right?
Human-
If you have parts of your eyelids, like, cut off to make your eyes open wider, what happens when you sleep? Do they just, like, stay open a little bit? Like,
I don't even want to think about that.
me neither! But I can't help it. Like,
Okay, so we've established that Ken is gay. We've established that Ken is gay, and that Barbie, well, she might be his beard. Now, I think in this fiction, and by fiction I mean
Reality.
the fiction, the reality of Barbie, Barbie must be Ken's beard, and to be a beard, you must be committed to the individual you are bearding for. So, I believe
Yes.
that Barbie is already committed to Ken. The question is, will Ken ever respond to Barbie with the kind of love that she has for him?
No.
No.
You don't think so?
I do not think so.
I don't
because I'm
think
a
so.
simple human
Could
being,
you-
and it is a children's toy.
Now, question.
It was a good point. They are
Leonard-
both
Leonard,
plastic.
They are both plastic. They are both plastic, and on Wednesdays they wear pink. Can they have sort of the Imitation Game scenario? Where Ken is like, but you know I'm gay, but Barbie's like, we both have our minds, we're both intelligent, and except the opposite, and they're both just really unintelligent.
I don't actually. I've seen the Imitation Game once, and I can't remember that.
Okay, well,
I
there's a
honestly have
girl.
to say that The Imitation Game was a fantastic movie.
Fantastic movie. There's a
Exceptional
girl.
movie.
She's in love with a gay guy, and she's like, spoilers. And she's like, hey, I'm in love with you. And he's like, yeah, but I don't. And she's like, yeah, but we're both smart. We can always have our intellect together. And I know that it wouldn't be a traditional relationship, but I know we can make it work. And he's like, no, please, no, stop what you're doing.
Yeah, but we're both dumb as shit, so I think it could work.
What I'm saying is,
Sounds
could
about
they have
right.
an Imitation Game scenario that actually works? Because could they just sort of convince each other that it would work?
I think
Well,
I think
if
this
you're
ends.
stupid, I feel like you can.
We-
Because they clearly love each other in
Th-
some capacity.
This totally ends with
We're
Barbie
looking-
crushing Ken with the
Oh,
With her
absolutely.
powerful thighs.
with the Dreamhouse elevator. Did you never do that?
What?
Did you have a Barbie?
I think I had a Barbie at one point.
Did you have a dream house?
No,
Did you have a Ken?
no,
Then
Did
you didn't
wish
do
that
this
you had a
either.
dream house?
no. But there's a dream house with an elevator, and I guarantee some 7-year-old girl out there is currently ramming it into Ken
Right now.
Phrasing.
as we speak.
I would just like to say.
And it's a big murder
Phrasing?
mystery.
Yeah.
I'd love to do the two
Please,
bits we
let's.
do at the end, which take time.
Yeah.
2 bits.
All right,
We're not going to make it to Frost. We'll go somewhere else. It's fine.
Baskin Robbins. It's in North Chicago.
Sonic.
Perfect.
Great. Oh, it's
Dairy Queen. Yo.
Dairy. Oh, is
Baskin Robbins is way better than Dairy Queen.
I
Hey,
disagree.
Dad. Baskin
I
Robbins or
love
Dairy
it.
Queen?
Please say Dairy Queen.
What?
Why do you ask?
Which one's better?
Well, it depends what you're looking for.
Dairy Queen.
Ice
is
cream.
better.
Well, I think we have our answer.
Dairy
We're
Queen.
looking for ice cream.
We all screamed
Yeah.
for ice cream.
His answer was just, yeah.
So I think what
All right,
that means is that Dairy Queen is better than
we
Baskin
got it.
Robbins.
Okay. Leonard,
Objectively.
best
I'll fight
bit,
you on this.
best bit of the episode. What's the best?
Best
bit?
idea of the
Best
episode.
idea of the episode.
Please. These aren't bits.
Blue Bluge.
Okay, great. Aiden.
Is that like Ram Ranch?
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in like a month, and
Okay, so
no.
I'm
I
biased.
hate you so much
But-
right now, Aiden.
I really like my my new Olympic events that I made.
Oh my God.
And the
me
ones
too.
you guys made are good too.
Olympic drowning.
But
that is.
I'm really like that was a good one, Leonard. I really liked Olympic drowning. I think they'd really enjoy that. Could there be an autoerotic component to it? We'll find out
you
next
try
time.
hard enough.
I think that
Phrasing.
I do like my mining one, and I'm most of all into ski shooting, which is sort of a combination me and Bradley bit there, where you have the gun and the spear, and you're hunting and shooting birds while you're hunting animals and shooting birds while you slalom down a slope on chainsaws, which is fun. And the seal chase is good. There's just a lot of good ones.
It's a good one.
Concept, good idea episode, but on skis.
We could have done that 6th period on Wednesday.
We have a program at our school where you can just ski, I guess.
We have a
like-
shed. I've
I
been
mean,
wondering
like
what it was
downhill
for.
ski.
And it's for ski. It's the
It's
ski
just
shed.
for skis. I've been at the school for 4 years, and now I know. It's
We just have a ski shed at our
That's just
school.
the thing we have.
So what? My favorite idea. It's got to be curling with a vacuum.
That was the funniest thing that happened in this
It
episode.
was
Oh,
very-
don't forget, on an air hockey table.
Oh,
It's
of course,
very good.
can't
Now, is it a
And then-
normal-sized air hockey table? Did we ever establish that? Because I think that would be too...
It
I
has
feel
to
like
be
it would have
big.
to be
It
like
has
an
to be
ice hockey
big.
rink.
An ice
And then-
hockey rink,
and
but
then-
air hockey.
No,
then-
but like proportional too. So
Holy
like the
shit.
holes, like the holes are big enough to like stick your foot in because it's proportional.
That's
That's really good.
terrifying.
Now
so that then
consider-
everybody just breaks their
Consider the
ankles
following.
all the ways.
or curling with vacuums inside a giant ice hockey rink-sized indoor skydiving arena.
This is getting a better idea by the moment.
I really like these sports we're making, but we
have to end the episode,
Yes,
so do the
yes, we
next
do.
bit.
Okay, then our next bit is pick of the week.
You have to
Lennart.
reverse the vacuums to blow air out to
Lennart,
travel.
I'm gonna kill you. Lennart, think of a piece of media
Like in WALL-E.
you have liked a lot, like you have been obsessed with over this past week. It could be an album, a TV show,
You have someone just in charge
A
of
book,
pushing the people around the arena.
even a concept.
Animal Genius, the game for the Nintendo DS.
Yes.
Lennart, do you want to say why you like that so much?
I like this because I like the cartridge.
Lennart doesn't own a DS.
Also, it tastes very good. Very
Poisonous.
hairy.
Very hairy? Leonard,
Yeah.
is there hair in your mouth that isn't game related?
No, there's an animal.
I
in
know
my
you got
mouth.
that puberty tongue hair going, but
Okay, well, Lennart's making eye contact with me while mouthing the. All right.
I'm
anyway,
so sad we never got to design Animal Genius.
it would have been something about smart animals. Anyway, Aiden, what's your pick of the week?
My pick of the week is shit. I'm gonna shout out Keegan this week because Keegan is a very good friend of mine and a friend of the show, who submitted one of the only ideas we did this episode and submits every week and pulls quotes for us every week and is just like an outstanding human being because not only is Keegan those things and does he do those things, but he also has a podcast now. And
Shout out.
I'm shouting out. That's what I'm doing. This is pick of the week. This is literally when we advertise things that we like. And I listened to it, and it's extremely, extremely good and very interesting and funny. It's not irreverent funny the way I think we are, or at least think we are. We think we are.
Okay, but it's good.
About right.
But it's really good and it's really informative, and it's called Fauna Fancast, and it's about like animals that he likes, and he has like a really nice voice too. So I strongly
Right.
recommend listening to that, and it's on SoundCloud.
All right. What's it called again?
Fauna Fancast. That's
Fantastic.
FAUNA Fancast with a space in between.
My pick of the week is Shenandoah by the Robert Shaw Chorale. It's very pretty. Give it a listen. All right. Now we move on to housekeeping. You please send us prompts. We greatly appreciate your support.
Because we don't have enough good ideas.
Thank you very much for listening.
They couldn't see the finger guns you just did at the mic.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for this. Are these batteries? No, they're are they magnets? What is this? What
Okay.
happened just now?
My dad just handed us all 3 small pieces of metal.
So that's fun.
And-
What the hell?
Neat. I'm gonna eat these later.
don't.
Are they
Okay,
like fishing weights?
well, I'm going
maybe?
to describe them. I think they might be weights. They're essentially tubes. There's 2 notches carved out in them.
They're different
the
sizes. too.
bottom-
The notches are different sizes.
Yeah, the bottom half is much larger.
Actually-
There's a middle section which isn't in the middle, but really 2/3 of the way up, and then there's a little thing on the
Oh,
top.
head.
A little. Okay, our Facebook group is Good Idea
They
Podcast.
look like really futuristic chess pawns.
They do kind of. Our Twitter,
yeah.
Tumblr, and Instagram are all at Good Idea Cast, and our Gmail is goodideapodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, real quick, 2 things. First
Yes.
of all, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
yeah,
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Also, we have an Instagram now, as Bradley mentioned. If you want to just go on there, we have our first post up. We might have more posts than that up at the time of release of this episode, but we have our first post up. If you go to that, you can comment on that picture to tell us some ideas of pictures we could put on our Instagram, because we just don't know. If you have a
just can't
picture you want us
figure it
to
out.
put up, we can't figure it out. So if you have some ideas for pictures we can put up, let us know. Text them to us in our DMs if you want. I tagged both of our personal Instagrams on there
Yeah.
too. You can follow us. I don't know if Bradley will accept. I will.
But you can find and submit on any of those platforms, and we're on Google Play, Overcast lives in, as well as what?
Stitcher.
What is this?
iTunes.
What is iTunes? That's the one we're on. So those are all our things we're on. You can send us prompts. Oh, and quick shout out to Cameron because he wrote a really nice article about us.
Cameron. Guest Cameron.
Cameron's
Our
very
boy.
good. All right. That was a good idea. We're going to go get some birthday ice cream.
Yeah, we are.
We're done here.
Because it's my birthday.
We're done here.
It's my birthday.
We're
done here.
It's my birthday. I get the last word.
We're done here.
We're done here. Yes.
We're done here.